What if the silent whisper of your private thoughts is the unseen architect arranging every brick of your external reality? Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you will hold the master key that monarchs, priests, and modern power brokers have guarded for millennia. You will learn exactly how to seize that whisper, mold it with intention, and watch the universe answer you with astonishing precision. 25 centuries ago, initiates huddled in torchlit temples as scroll keepers read from the Corpus Hermeticum. Hermes Trismegistus, the thrice great sage whom Greeks equated with both Thoth and Moses, declared a radical premise: all is mind and the universe is mental. His words echoed through Alexandria, then disappeared behind the curtains of empire. When the Library of Alexandria burned, countless commentaries on Hermetic law turned to smoke, and Rome's newly ascendant priesthood sealed the rest inside catacombs, labeling it dangerous heresy. Centuries later, the emerald tablets resurfaced in alchemical circles, but only fragments were shared. Renaissance magi like Giordano Bruno risked the stake to practice its principles. Even the framers of the Kybalion in 1908 veiled crucial passages in arcane language so that only the earnest seeker could decode them. Why the secrecy? Because a populace that understands the primacy of mind cannot be coerced by fear or scarcity. Imagine armies refusing to march because soldiers recognize war as a projection of collective belief, or markets collapsing when citizens refuse to assign value to empty paper promises. Such empowerment undermines any hierarchy built on control. Yet tides are shifting. Neuroscience, quantum physics, and depth psychology are corroborating what hermits and mystics knew. Consciousness is not an epiphenomenon of the brain, but the substratum of existence. You have clicked on this video because, consciously or not, you sense those veils thinning. The mere act of watching marks you as ready to step beyond the puppet show and grasp the strings. The first Hermetic law is simply titled, "The All is Mind." Definition: everything you can perceive and everything beyond perception emerges from an infinite living field of consciousness. Thought is not a byproduct of neurons. Neurons are crystallized thought. Matter is congealed mind vibrating at a slower octave. As the Kybalion phrases it, the universe is a mental creation of the All. Grasp this, and you stop treating the world as a rigid machine. You start seeing it as pliable clay awaiting the sculptor's touch of your directed awareness. Picture an immense cosmic ocean made not of water, but of lucid light. Every wave on that surface condenses into a planet. Every swirl takes form as a bird in mid-flight. Every droplet condenses as one of your passing emotions. Yet beneath these shapes, there is only luminous mind in motion. Your thoughts are the subtle winds that can whip that ocean into hurricanes or lull it into mirror-still calm. Imagine plugging a VR headset into an all-powerful game engine. Wherever you focus, polygons and textures manifest in real time. The headset is your nervous system. The game engine is the universal mind. Focus on scarcity, and the software spawns closed doors, red numbers, denied opportunities. Focus on growth and collaboration, and the landscape renders mentors, synchronicity, and resources that seem almost scripted. At the quantum level, electrons do not exist as little spheres orbiting a nucleus. They exist as probability waves that collapse into a definite location only when observed. This observer effect is not anecdotal. It is so robust that engineers design quantum computers around it. Consider the double-slit experiment. Light behaves as a wave until a consciousness chooses to measure which slit it passes through, at which point it snaps into particle mode. That is mind dictating the form of matter. Neuroscience adds another layer. Functional MRI studies show that when athletes perform mental rehearsal of a complex skill, shooting free throws, for instance, the same motor cortex neurons fire as when they physically practice. After weeks of purely mental rehearsal, measurable improvements appear on the court. Brain and muscle obey the blueprint set by focused thought. Place placebo research broadens the picture. Patients given sugar pills but told they are potent painkillers trigger endogenous opioid release, measurable in spinal fluid. The pharmaceutical molecules were never there, the belief was. Consider relationships. If you hold an unspoken conviction that people always abandon me, you will unconsciously tighten your jaw, avert your eyes, and emit micro-expressions of distrust. Partners detect the tension, feel unwelcome, and exit, confirming your script. Switch the core belief to "I am worthy of steady love," and your body language softens, invitations flow, and loyalty grows effortless. Finances follow the same principle. A freelancer convinced that the economy is brutal scans news feeds for layoffs, shrinks rates, and repels clients with anxious energy. Another, who assumes "my skills are valuable and needed," notices LinkedIn posts calling for expertise, dares to quote premium fees, and magnetizes prosperity. Both inhabit the same external world, yet fashion divergent realities through mental expectancy. Even health obeys mental law. Harvard researchers studied hotel housekeepers who believed their daily work was not exercise. When scientists simply told one group that pushing carts, scrubbing tubs, and making beds more than satisfied CDC fitness guidelines, those women lost weight and lowered blood pressure without altering workload or diet. The belief that they were exercising activated metabolic pathways previously dormant. A common critique sounds like this: thoughts alone cannot pay the rent or cure disease. True, raw imagination without disciplined follow-through is daydreaming. The Hermetic teaching clarifies the chain of causation. Mind sets the archetype. Emotion adds magnetic charge. Repeated focus etches the pattern into the subtle realm. Aligned action precipitates it into physical circumstance. Skipping step 4 is where pop culture manifesting often stumbles. A wizard does not merely visualize fire, she strikes flint, gathers tinder, and channels that inner image into gesture. Your rent is paid when mental clarity partners with strategic effort. This episode inaugurates a trilogy. In our next exploration, we will unfold the law of vibration, revealing how frequencies carry your mental patterns outward like radio waves. After that, we will decode the law of correspondence, exposing the holographic relationship between micro and macro. Think of today's lesson as the software. Vibration is the signal. Correspondence is the mirrored screen on which the program reflects. Shift now from theory to mastery with 5 potent practices. Meditative stillness. Each dawn, sit for 10 minutes with eyes closed and spine tall. Observe thoughts like clouds crossing a vast sky. When the chatter subsides, plant a single seed phrase, "I dwell in creative mind." Let that mantra vibrate through your chest. Over weeks, the gap between thoughts widens and the mantra drops from words into lived sensation. Journaling transmutation. Fold a page down the center. On the left, write the day's limiting belief in blunt language, "I never have enough time." On the right, transmute it into an empowered statement, "I prioritize with elegant ease and always have what I need." Read the right-hand column out loud each night. Neuroscientists refer to this as self-directed neuroplasticity. You are literally carving new synaptic grooves. Sensory visualization. Before sleep, spend 5 minutes imagining a single desired scenario in multi-sensory detail.
If you seek a fulfilling partnership, feel the warmth of a shared cup of tea, hear your laughter echoing off kitchen tile, smell cinnamon from weekend pastries. The brain cannot distinguish vividly imagined input from physical experience, so it releases matching neurochemicals, oxytocin, dopamine, that prime you to behave in harmony with that scene the next day. Vibrational language audit. Carry a pocket notebook for 7 days. Each time you catch yourself uttering phrases like, "I can't," "I'm broke," or "this always happens to me," jot it down. At day end, rewrite each phrase into a higher frequency alternative. "I am learning," "I allocate resources wisely," "I am witnessing a pattern and choosing differently." Spoken words are audible thoughts. Refining them tunes the frequency you transmit. Aligned micro-action. Every morning, ask, what single step today proves I believe my new story? If your visualization involves radiant health, maybe you set a glass of water on your desk and sip it before reading emails. If wealth is your aim, perhaps you allocate 10 minutes to studying investment basics.
Tiny acts compound, signaling to the subconscious that the new paradigm is active, thereby unlocking further intuitive prompts. Engage these 5 tools consistently for 40 days, the traditional span for repatterning in many mystical schools, and record the synchronicities that unfold. You will notice chance meetings, sudden insights, and subtle nudges guiding you as if reality itself were conspiring in your favor. When you embody the axiom that the all is mind, external storms cease to dictate your course. You stand in the calm eye, selecting which winds to stir and which to soothe. Life stops feeling random and begins to mirror your chosen inner cinema with uncanny accuracy. Remember, the universe is not happening to you. It is unfolding as you. Master this realization, and you hold the palette with which creation paints. If this journey ignited a spark, tap the subscribe button so you never miss the next revelation, and share this video with a friend who senses deeper currents beneath the ordinary world. Comment below naming the belief you will transmute tonight and inspire the community. Thank you for watching, Luminous Soul. Stay curious, stay sovereign, and keep sculpting reality from the inside out.